Hey, it's Courtney. And this is Tyler. We make lifestyle and travel content showing you our favorite over everythings from around the world. In today's video, we're showing you our day trip from West Palm Beach to Miami on the Brightline train. Brightline is Florida's only high-speed rail system that connects you from West Palm Beach to Miami in about an hour and 20 minutes. Once you arrive, you have many options to choose how you get from point A to point B. You can grab a city bike, which would be really fun. We were waiting for an Uber, but they were pretty price gouged for this weekend, which is why Tyler looks a little bummed. Fret not, because if anything can cheer up a bummer moment, it is a nice coffee and a great pastry. First we headed to Zach's Bakery, but it was packed, so we quickly changed gears and tried to look for another place for coffee and pastries. There was an artist who was painting an installation on our walk, which was so cool to see. If this is your first video, you may not know, but Tyler and I are big coffee aficionados. Panther coffee is some of Florida's best, and it started right here in Miami, so we stopped here for a supreme quality espresso.
Why do you always do that?
We always pour a bit of hot water into our espressos just to make them last a bit longer. Espresso is normally very strong and very short, but we like to prolong it by adding a bit of hot water and making it more like a traditional long style coffee. You know you're going to have a good coffee when it comes with a story about where the beans are from. Now that we're sufficiently caffeinated, we were ready to tackle the mission of finding our pastry. We did our usual routine of scouring Google Maps, and we came upon Jon Couvreur. Nope, it's Jon Couvreur with an R. We were immediately relieved when we saw that it wasn't too busy outside, meaning that there was maybe a chance we could actually grab a pastry in less than 5 minutes. So we were pretty excited when we walked in and there was no line to grab something to go. They had divine looking pastries. I mean, the proofing on these looks incredible, so it was no surprise when we took our first bite, and they were very close to being perfect.
And the sun came out. Cheers!
If the croissant's making us happy dance, you know it's past the test. We have these cocoa robots all over LA, so it was a nice little surprise to see them wandering the streets of Miami. We strolled around Wynwood, happy as clams with our croissant full bellies, looking at the art installations and popping in and out of stores. We didn't have too much time as we had a lunch reservation and we wanted to get to the museum, but we popped into Gramps. This is a really cool after hours spot, but it's kind of dead during the day. My besties and I came here a few years ago for a show and we had the best time. Next, we hopped in an Uber for about an 8-minute drive to go to the Rubell Museum, where there was a Jon Vinny's pop-up, which is why we came in the first place, because as Angelinos, we are big fans of Jon Vinny's and we wanted to check it out in Miami. We are forever grateful to Jon Vinny's for introducing me to the Rubell Museum, because I had never heard of it and it was such a fun time. We started off with lunch first, which was the right way to go. And if you're a fan of Jon Vinny's, you know their branding and their aesthetic is super fun and vibrant. I love the green everywhere. The pizza boxes looked awesome. We started lunch off by coloring our placemats. I had 2 soft serve ice cream cones, which is one of Jon Vinny's mainstays. And you can see the soft serve machine is there. The artist and her masterpiece.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And the other artist and his masterpiece. So he went with a avant-garde color choice because he did not realize those were pasta shells. We ordered the spaghetti limone, which was insane. Tyler couldn't even get a normal sized portion. It was all just like one big glob of pasta, but I could have eaten 3 plates of this. It was so good. We also ordered the Jersey Marinara, which is a no cheese pizza, and I'm in shock of how red that sauce is. I remember it being delicious, but the red sauce at Jon Vinny's like really hits. It was so good. When we got down to the dregs of our pasta, there was still a bit of sauce left, so we ordered some garlic bread to mop it up. After lunch, we headed to the museum, and the first thing that you see is the disco ball room, which is so fun. Took lots of cool photos here. One thing I loved is they also give you a scavenger hunt to do at the museum, and if you find all of the little pictures, you get a prize at the end, which just felt like being at school again. Tyler's favorite room was the Jean-Michel Basquiat collection. We were both familiar, but we'd never seen any of his work up close. This felt like such a treat. The Rubell has a lot of large-scale pieces like this that are really intricate and detailed. This is made of tiny pieces of tin. There's another one you'll see in a few minutes. This is also another one that's kind of crazy, where it's just huge scale exposition. 2 of the museum's biggest selling points are Yayoi Kusamo's fully immersive installations that create a kaleidoscopic effect that transports visitors to an alternate limitless universe. So there's 2 of these here. This one is the Lights in My Heart, and then there's the Infinity Mirrored Room, Let's Survive Forever, which you'll see in a little bit. My favorite piece by far in the whole museum was by Mershani Merriweather. This really was so striking. The detail, the color, the humongous hoops. I just loved it. It was so feminine, so strong. The most mind-boggling part was that each of these sculptures was braided by hand. So just think about the time and commitment and look how realistic they are. The Keith Haring collection was also another highlight. There's all of these never before seen illustrations that he did within the span of like 3 hours or something that were really impressive. There's so many, you'll have to go and check them out all individually because they're all connected to a central theme, and the sheer volume and commitment to quality is impressive.
So this was just donated by back hair, legs and pubes, maybe a little horsehair, apparently. Courtney doesn't believe me though. I don't know, does it match the drapes?
After another breathtaking immersive experience from Yayoi Kusamo, we headed out to collect our reward for completing the scavenger hunt, and we grabbed a Jon Vinny soft serve to go because you can't have Jon Vinny's without soft serve. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.